Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to USCFP's short video series on GRE course. These videos will help you prepare for the GRE exam, which is an essential to graduate level admission in most US universities and for the Fulbright scholarship program. This session would be on probability, permutations, and combination. My name is Dr. Ali Hussain Kazim. I'm an assistant professor at UET Lahore. So starting off with probability permutation. So with a question which says a box contains 5 orange discs, 4 red discs, and 1 blue disc. So you are to select 2 discs at random and without replacement from the box. What is the probability that the first disc you select will be red and the second disc you select will be orange? So there is no replacement. So the probability that the first disc is red, chances are there are altogether 10 discs. Altogether there are 10 discs, and chances that you get red first is 4 over 10. Now there are 9 discs remaining, and what is the probability that you take out an orange disc? So that is 5 over 9. What is the probability that both things happen, that we get the red and the orange? So we multiply both of them together. The probability of this happening is 2 over 9. Now the next question. If W is a random variable that is normally distributed with a mean of 5 and a standard deviation of 2, what is P probability of W greater than 5? So a normal distribution, as described in the earlier video, looks something like this, that there is a mean and 34% of the data is mean plus 1 standard deviation, 14% of the data is mean plus 2 standard deviation, and remaining is above it. So we have a mean of 5, standard deviation of 2. So probability that this W is greater than 5 is 50%. So the answer to this is 50% or 0.5. 50% equals 0.5. Percentage means 1 over 100. So if you're not using the percentage sign, so it becomes 50 divided by 100, which is 0.5. Approximately, what is the probability that it is between 3 and 7? So between 3 and 7, the probability of it happening is 34 plus 34, which is 68% or 0.68. Which of the 4 numbers, 0.5, 0.1, 0.05 and 0.01, is the best estimate for probability W is less than -1? So here we have the number 1. What is the probability that it is less than -1? So probability that it is less than 1 is 0.02. So now it is even less than 1, which is -1. So which of the above numbers is less than 0.02? There is only one number, which is 0.01. So this is the correct answer. Now coming to a slightly difficult topic of permutation. So permutation is arranging things. So in a permutation, order is important. So an example of this is rearranging the three letters A, B, and C. So A, B, and C can be listed in the ways that are shown in front of you. So in a permutation, ABC is different from ACB, it is different from BAC. All these are different ways of arranging things. In a combination, however, all of this is same. So in a combination, ACB, ABC, all of them mean the same thing. But in permutation, order is important. So all of it is different. So to arrange this ABC, we have 6 ways of arranging them. So the objects, the formula for the permutation is NPK. N is the total number of objects and K is the objects taken in one time. So in this ABC, there are 3 objects. So it is 3 P, and we are arranging them, and we at the same time we are arranging all the 3 of them together. So 3p3 equals 3 factorial over n minus k. 3p3 minus 3 is 0 factorial. 0 factorial equals 1. And 3 factorial equals 3 into 2 into 1. So the answer is 6. So this is the permutation. Now combination. So in the combination, order is not important. So they have rearranged A, B, C, D, and E 3 at a time. If we rearrange A, B, C, D, E 3 at a time, we will have all these combinations. And if you look closely, the first thing they have rearranged is ABC. You won't find CAB or BAC. So ABC is the only way of arranging. So in combination, order is not important. ABC equals CAB equals all other arrangements. So the formula for it is that this formula is same as what we had in the permutation. We divided that formula with k factorial. So we divided by k factorial is we divide all the permutations with the ways to order. That if there are k things that we are selecting, so we divide it by k factorial so that we exclude all the rearrangements that the letter are having between themselves. So we divide the permutation formula with k factorial. Now let's solve few questions. So just remember the two formulas and remember that for permutation, order is important, and for combination, order is not important. If you are able to distinguish the formulas and when they are needed, you are all set for this question. Okay. Suppose you want to select a 3-person committee to form a group of students. How many ways are there to do this? So you have to form a 3-person committee of a group of 8 students. This 8 students is missing, so group of 8 students. So 8 is missing. A group of 8 students. There are 8 students, and we need to select a group of 3 students. So how many ways are there to do this thing? So pardon me, so this is not group of 8 students, it's actually group of 9 students. A group of 9 students. So what do you think? Is it order important or order is not important? So it doesn't matter who we select first or who we select second. So in it, the order is not important. So it is a combination question because it does not matter who we select first. So we would apply this formula. So 9 factorial over 6 factorial, 3 factorial. If we do the math, it would come out to be 84. And next question. So talent contest has 8 contestants. Judges must award prizes for first, second, and third with no ties. In how many different ways can judge award the 3 prizes? So is this permutation or combination? So they're saying in how many different ways they can award the first. Now here it is important who's the first person or who's the second person. So here the order is important. So this question is a combination question because second. So here it is important that who comes first, who comes second, and who comes third. So in this question, it is NPK. So it comes out to be 8 factorial. So it comes out to be 8 factorial divided by 8 minus k factorial. So 8 minus 3 is 5 factorial. So the answer 8 into 6 into 7, so on, and 5 into 4. So all of this cancels out and we are left behind 8 into 6 into 7. So that comes out to be 8 into 42. And if we break this 40 into 2 components, so 320 plus 16, the answer is 336. So this is the way to order give the first prize. So in it, the order was important. Who came first, who came second was important. Now part B. How many different ways group of 3 people can get prizes? So now they're asking us that how many ways can the group can be chosen? Like it doesn't matter if 3 people get selected and they switch places. So it is not important. So this part B is a combination question. So we divide the answer to the first part with k factorial. We divide it by k factorial. It comes out to be 56. So the first thing is that you determine in which question order is important, and then you apply the formula. With this, I would like to thank you all. I hope you like this series of videos on GRE quantitative section, and I hope it helps you in improving your score and preparing well. There's no secret. The only secret to GRE is just practice, practice, and practice. You see the initial videos to see what are the good books and how you can use them to improve your score. I hope you found these videos to be useful. Please remember to check out other videos in this series. Thank you all and take care.